Sit down for a second, because what I'm about to tell you, most men will never hear this. And honestly, that's exactly why they keep failing. Every mature woman has one thing she's waiting for you to touch first. And almost no man on the planet knows what it is. Yeah, you could have the looks, the confidence, the smooth talk, but if you miss this, you can kiss any real connection goodbye. And I'm not exaggerating. This isn't theory. This is something she feels from the very first moment of contact. Now, before I tell you what that is, and trust me, it's not what you think, I need to show you why most men destroy their chances before they even get started. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand something about the mature female mind that most men will go their entire lives without figuring out. The touch that wakes up her desire. Before you say a single word, let me be crystal clear right from the jump. The first thing you touch matters more than any smooth line you could ever deliver. Most guys think it's the conversation, the compliments, maybe the way you look. But they're dead wrong. Here's the brutal truth. A mature woman feels your interest and your confidence before you even open your mouth. And that first touch, that's the key almost nobody understands. Picture this. You're sitting next to her, the conversation's flowing, and you decide to reach out and touch her. Most guys do it awkwardly. Too fast, too hesitant, too random. Maybe the arm, the hand, the shoulder, doesn't matter. Because here's what she's actually experiencing in that moment. She's not just feeling the physical contact. She's feeling your energy, your intention, your confidence. And if those aren't aligned, that touch doesn't spark desire. It sparks discomfort. Now, here's where it gets controversial. It's not her chest, it's not her waist, it's not what every guy assumes it is. The mistake most men make is thinking desire works in a straight line, that it's just physical and direct. But the reality is, attraction is psychological and emotional first. That first touch has to be a combination of respect, subtlety, and emotional authority. Something as simple as a light touch on her arm while she's laughing at something you said. It looks small, but psychologically, it activates her interest and creates an instinctive sense of connection she didn't even see coming. The men who consistently succeed with mature women understand one thing: anticipation. They don't rush straight to intense contact. They read the room, pick up her signals, and land that opening touch in a way that makes her feel safe, appreciated, and attracted all at the same time. Get it right, you've lit the match. Get it wrong, nothing. Zero. She moves on. And here's what almost nobody tells you. Mature women value intention over action. That first touch needs to say, I'm attracted to you, but I also respect you, and I'm fully aware of your space. That's a delicate balance. But mastering it? That's what separates a man she forgets from a man she can't stop thinking about. Real quick, if this is making sense to you so far, hit that subscribe button right now. I drop videos every week on exactly this kind of stuff. What actually works with mature women, what destroys attraction, and how to level up your emotional intelligence. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Now back to it. The hidden signals that tell you she's ready before you even think about touching her. You need to understand something critical. Mature women never act randomly. This isn't about luck. It's not about improvising. They are always sending signals. And if you don't know how to read them, you will blow the opportunity before it even begins. Here's the controversial part. Most men ignore these signals completely, and they destroy everything without even realizing it. So how do you know she's open? You don't ask directly, you don't make awkward moves. She tells you through micro gestures, eye contact, and body language. If she holds eye contact a little longer than normal, if she plays with her hair while you're talking, if she leans toward you instead of away, those are signals of openness. Missing them is one of the most common mistakes men make. Another subtle but powerful signal: watch how she responds to your physical space. A mature woman who feels comfortable won't pull back when you step a little closer. She might actually close the gap herself. A casual brush of your arm, a light touch while she laughs, turning her body toward yours. Those are your moments. Recognizing them puts you at a massive advantage. But here's what almost nobody tells you. Not every touch lands well. even when you think she's interested. The difference between a touch that's welcomed and one that's rejected comes down entirely to your ability to read these subtle signals, move too fast or too aggressively, and even genuine attraction disappears instantly. That's why reading the signals matters more than any physical technique. And there's one more thing most guys completely overlook. She's not just listening to your words, she's evaluating your body language and your energy the entire time. If you're nervous, anxious, or uncertain, it doesn't matter what you say. She feels it and she shuts down. Her signals are her way of saying, I'm open, but show me how you move before you advance. Timing is everything. There's no universal rule for when to make contact. It depends completely on how she's responding to you. Learning to wait and to recognize the right moment makes you look secure and respectful. Two things that trigger attraction instantly. What almost every man gets wrong. Here's something uncomfortable. Most of you have been making mistakes you didn't even know existed. And it has nothing to do with your looks, your money, or your status. It has everything to do with how you approach and handle physical contact with a mature woman. Most men fail because they think it's all about momentum. Act fast, improvise, figure it out as you go. And that's exactly where they lose everything. You might think you're doing everything right. You're confident, you're funny, you're showing interest. But the reality, most men move with no plan and no awareness of what she's actually perceiving. They don't realize that every action, every gesture, every small decision adds up. And one miscalculated move can shut the whole thing down before it even gets off the ground. Another massive mistake, not reading her signals and assuming that because she's smiling and responding, that means go ahead and advance. But mature women observe far more than they say. If you don't pick up on that, you either come across as too aggressive or too passive. Both kill attraction. It's like walking a tightrope without even knowing you're off the ground. Insecurity plays a huge role too, even when men don't think it does. Most of the time, what ruins a first contact isn't your technique, it's what's happening inside you. If you hesitate, if you second guess yourself, if you're terrified of rejection, she feels it instantly. And no matter what you look like or what you say, the attraction evaporates because there's no confidence behind it. And here's the most frustrating part. Most men don't know how to project confidence without coming across as arrogant. That's a razor-thin line. And very few men actually walk it well. Men also tend to focus on what they think women want instead of what mature women actually respond to. They think the strategy is intensity, force, and speed. But the truth is, most mature women are drawn to calm, to clarity, to a measured and controlled approach. Urgency and desperation are red flags that push them away, even when genuine attraction is there. And the biggest mistake of all, forgetting that connection is emotional and physical. Too many men treat contact as purely physical and neglect the mental and emotional side entirely. They think touching is enough, without realizing she needs to feel respect, intention, and awareness in every single gesture. Without that awareness, a first contact doesn't feel exciting. It just feels uncomfortable. How to touch her effectively and respectfully. Men, let me be real with you right now. Most of you think you know how to touch a woman, but the truth is, most of you are completely lost. And I say that without judgment because nobody taught you this. You might think that any contact works, that as long as she doesn't pull away, everything's fine. That's a massive mistake. The way you touch someone is not just a physical act. It's a direct reflection of your confidence, your respect, and your ability to connect emotionally. If you don't understand that, you are throwing away opportunities every single day without realizing it. Too many men touch on autopilot. No thought, no signal reading, no awareness of timing. They confuse desire with urgency, connection with intensity, and what could have been an incredible moment of chemistry turns into something awkward, or worse, completely forgettable. It's like having a Ferrari and not knowing how to drive it. The power is there, the skill to use it, not so much. Wake up. Touching is not a guessing game or a race to see who moves first. Every touch needs to be conscious, measured, and aligned with the energy she's giving you. An effective touch doesn't just start attraction, it reinforces the trust she already feels in you. Mess this up and nothing else matters. The right touch combines respect and emotional authority. It's not about imposing yourself or being aggressive. It's about projecting security and showing her, without words, that you understand what she needs before she has to say it. One direct piece of advice: before any physical contact, read and feel the situation. Don't wait forever, but make sure your touch is appropriate, conscious, and connected to her energy. Do it calmly, without rushing, and watch how her entire perception of you shifts. The difference between a clumsy touch and an effective one might seem small, but the impact on attraction is enormous. And remember this: touching a mature woman isn't just a physical act. It's a declaration of your intention and your character. Doing it wrong says more about you than it does about her. Doing it right shows that you're someone who knows how to lead with respect and confidence. Wake up, men. Every interaction matters, every touch counts, and your ability to do it right can be the deciding factor between whether she feels desire or complete indifference. The mental and emotional connection that has to come first. Before you even think about physical contact, you need to understand something that almost no man truly gets. Attraction starts in the mind, way before it reaches the body. Most men act like a touch or a kiss is enough to flip the switch, but that's not how it works. A mature woman doesn't just go by what's physical. She first evaluates your emotional intelligence, your intention, and whether you make her feel safe and understood. And this is exactly where most men fall completely apart. Think about how many times you've tried to move forward physically without first establishing a mental and emotional connection. It's easy to get frustrated when it doesn't work, but the reason is simple. If she doesn't feel curiosity, respect, and trust toward you, no touch in the world will be enough. The mature female mind is sharp. She picks up on insecurity, urgency, and lack of intention even before physical contact happens. That's why building that connection first is non-negotiable. Here's the controversial part. A lot of men think they can skip this step. They believe one touch, one line, or one attractive gesture will instantly create desire. That's exactly why so many of them fail over and over again. Skipping the mental and emotional layer is like trying to start a fire without any wood. Without the right foundation, it dies before it begins. The key is understanding that emotional connection isn't about making her feel good with empty words. It's not about impressing her with long stories. It's about projecting security, authenticity, and genuine attention. When she feels like you're truly present, that you're listening, that you understand her energy, that you respect her pace, her mind begins to open. And when the mind opens, the body follows naturally. Another thing most men miss completely: patience. Mental and emotional connection cannot be forced. Trying to rush it is one of the most common mistakes out there. You have to learn to read signals, to speak and listen with intention, and to project calm and confidence. Real attraction is built through small moments where she feels like you can handle the situation, without pressure, without desperation. That foundation is what makes every touch afterward hit so much harder. Men, let me be brutally honest with you before I wrap this up. Most of you will never truly understand a mature woman because you keep acting like it's all about physical attraction, when in reality, what matters most is what she feels before you ever touch her. I know that's controversial, but someone has to say it. The majority of men fail because they completely ignore the mind and the emotions, and that ruins every attempt at real connection from the very first moment. It's not about being better looking, richer, or funnier. It's about understanding her, respecting her, and projecting confidence before any physical contact happens. Every interaction you have can be a quiet disaster if you're not paying attention to her signals, the context, and the energy she's giving you. But here's the thing: while most men keep sleepwalking through the same mistakes, you now have the awareness to do it differently. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your experiences in the comments below. Tell me what you've tried, what worked, what didn't. I read every single one, and when I can, I'll connect with you personally to help you work through it. This isn't just a video, this is a real conversation, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Every week, I'm dropping content that goes deeper than anything you'll find anywhere else on this topic. You don't want to miss it. Remember, the difference between a man who fails and a man who attracts isn't his appearance or his words. It's how he understands, respects, and projects confidence to a mature woman before he ever touches her. So wake up, pay attention, learn, and practice with intention. See you in the next one.